everyone! I'm Miss Lauren. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, and I have a fantastic lesson planned for us. It's going to be a ton of fun. You can sing along to some terrific songs. We'll learn about a new kind of community helper. We'll hear an exciting story or two. Pavati will take us along on another adventure to learn all about the places where animals live. And of course, we'll get up and move it. Are you ready to learn more about communities today?
Yes!
All right. If you remember from yesterday, a community is a group of people who live, work, and play in the same place. Each time you hear that word, community, think about groups of people working together. You can even clap or cheer when you hear it. I hope you've been doing well since I saw you yesterday. I've been exploring my community a little bit. Yesterday, after class, I took my dog to the park. We had a lot of fun walking around, seeing all the animals and people enjoying the sunny day. My community was full of activity. Do you like going out into your community?
Yes!
Great! And let's keep the fun going. Today, you'll learn the next part of the community chant with Mr. Dan. Feel free to get up and move around while you follow along. Take it away, Mr. Dan.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Mr. Dan, and today we're going to learn another section of our chant about community helpers. Let's move on to today's verse, which is all about teachers. I'm going to say the whole thing first, and then you'll have a chance to repeat after me. It sounds like this. Teachers help you learn new things, like how to read and write and sing. Science, math, and history are subjects they teach happily. Okay, just like before, I'll say a line and then you'll repeat after me. Ready? Here we go. Teachers help you learn new things.
Teachers help you learn new things.
Like how to read and write and sing.
Like how to read and write and sing.
Science, math, and history
Science, math, and history
are subjects they teach happily.
are subjects they teach happily.
How did you do? Oh, good. Well, I will see you tomorrow where we will add even more to our chant. Goodbye.
Ooh, I'm going to be practicing this new part all day. Oh, and here's one of our classroom helpers, Armand, with a fast fact about community. Let's take a look.
Here's a fast fact. There are people in your community who are there to help you. But did you know you can help your community too? Ask a parent or adult what you can do to help. Like pick up litter in the park or donate things to people in your community who need them. I'm going to do that right now. Armand, out.
Thanks, Armand. And he's right. There are people in our communities that help people as part of the job. I bet you even know some of them. Can you think of any people like that?
Yes!
Looks like a lot of you can. Now let's meet a community helper who helps children learn. Any guesses who that might be? Okay, let's watch and see if you guessed right.
Teacher. Teachers teach you many things. As they teach, you learn. To count, to spell, to read, to draw, and how to take your turn. Teachers teach about the wind, the ocean, and the sky. Plants and insects, stars and planets, and how airplanes fly. Teachers teach you music when you listen to a song. The teacher teaches you the words so you can sing along.
It was a teacher. Did you guess right?
Yes!
Okay. You know what? That reminds me of my favorite teacher joke. Ready? What did the teacher drink with their breakfast? Community. That may just be a funny joke, but I am a teacher and I really did have tea this morning. Want to know why I decided to be a teacher? I was inspired by all the amazing teachers I had back when I was in school. A person, like a teacher, who works to help others in a community is called a community helper. Makes sense, right?
Yes!
Want to learn what being a teacher is really like? Jonas is going to ask another teacher some questions about that. Check it out.
Thanks for meeting with me to answer some kid questions about being a teacher.
You're quite welcome. I love answering questions.
Have you always wanted to be a teacher?
Yes and no. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a teacher. Then, like a lot of kids, I changed my mind. I wanted to be a doctor, then I wanted to be an author. Then in the end, I came back and really fell in love with the idea of teaching.
What are some of the things you do each day?
For part of the day, I work with students. The other part of my day is filled with things without students. That's when I do my planning.
What is your favorite thing about being a teacher?
Every single year, I get to have 25 or 30 new fantastic friends. And that my friends come from all over our community. I think that's what I like best.
What advice do you have for someone who wants to be a teacher?
Learn everything you can about everything you can. And while you're doing it, pay close attention to how you learn. Paying attention to how people learn is one step to becoming a great teacher.
Thanks for that great interview, Jonas. So, what do you think? Does being a teacher sound fun?
Yes!
Well, as a teacher myself, I can tell you, it is. Being a teacher can be a lot of work too, but it is so worth it. My favorite thing about what I do is helping students connect with subjects they didn't even know they loved. Oh, I forgot I set that timer. You know what time it is? Time to get up and move it. Come on, let's go.
Hi! Come on, stand up! It's time to move it! Let's Geo go and dance like a robot! Wow, you sure know how to move it! See you next time! Bye-bye!
Whew, how fun! So, I knew I wanted to be a teacher when I was really young. But there are so many things you can be. And there are so many different communities you can grow up and live in. Here's a fast fact from Armand about one that I think you'll find fascinating.
It's fast fact time again. Did you know there's a place in Australia called Coober Pedy where over half of the community lives underground? That's right. Those people have their houses in underground caves. Why do they live underground? To hide from the heat and the sun. Woo! Sounds hot. I think I'm going to need a cold drink. Woo! Armand, out. Whew.
It looks like they actually love living underground. That reminds me a little bit about the story we're going to read today. It's called One Happy Camper. It's the story about a girl who loves where she lives so much she doesn't want to leave. Have you ever felt that way?
Yes!
Me too. Sometimes I get so cozy at home, I just want to stay put. But other times, I want to go out and have an adventure, like right now. So let's see where this adventure takes us in One Happy Camper.
One happy camper.
We are going to camp out. I want to stay here. Mom and Dad, stop. I do not like this spot. I do not like this bug. Look at its wings. The bug is pretty. I do not like this mud. Look at us play. The mud is fun. I do not like this frog. Look at him jump. The frog is funny. We are going soon. I want to stay here. I like this spot.
Wow, what a fun ending. At first, the girl didn't want to go on a trip at all. But when she got there, she didn't want to leave. She really changed her mind. Something like that has happened to me. I remember when I was little, I really didn't want to try nachos. I thought they were a little too messy. But then, when I tried it, they became my favorite food. Yum. Has anything like that ever happened to you? Have you felt worried to try something or go somewhere, but when you do try it, you change your mind?
Yes!
Speaking of trying new things, I have a new video we should try watching. It's from our friend Pavati. It's about the places that animals live. Do you remember what the place an animal lives is called? Habitat! Come on, let's go travel around the world and see some habitats with Pavati.
Hi, I'm Pavati. Welcome to my house in the great American Southwest. And this is my pet ferret, Blinks. When I'm hungry, I get food from the kitchen. When I'm cold, I put on a jacket. I have everything I need. My home is my habitat. Your habitat is where you live, a place that's just right for you. Animals have habitats that are just right for them, too. Want to see one of the coldest habitats on Earth? Let's go! Welcome to the Arctic tundra. Let's see how this polar bear lives in the extreme cold of the tundra. To stay warm, she has thick fur and a layer of fat under her skin called blubber. Those pads keep her feet warm, even when walking on ice. Her fur is so white, she almost disappears into the snow. That way, she can sneak up on seals and other animals that she likes to eat. All of these things that help polar bears to live here, like the layer of fat and the thick pads on their feet, are called adaptations. This polar bear has adaptations that help it to live in this cold tundra habitat, but Blinks and I don't. So I think it's time that we go somewhere a little warmer. This forest habitat is really different from the tundra. It's warm, wet, and green. Let's see how the beaver's adaptations help him to live in this forest habitat. Beavers love to eat the food here, like leaves, bark, and branches. He uses his big, sharp teeth to cut down trees. The beaver drags the tree onto a dam using his teeth to grip it, then using his paws to push it into position, and then scoops mud with his paws. The forest is just right for a beaver. It has everything it needs to survive. Can you imagine a beaver living in the tundra? The grasslands are a flat, dry habitat. Let's see how this prairie dog's adaptations help him to live here. He lives underground, so he needs strong legs to dig lots of tunnels. And his long, skinny body makes it easy for him to move through his underground home. He lives in a group called a colony. Prairie dogs eat grass and seeds, which is a good thing because there's a lot of grass and seed in his habitat. They also like the grasslands because the ground is flat. Even though prairie dogs are small, they can see danger coming and warn their friends. Ready to see a different habitat? The ocean may be the most interesting habitat of all. Let's see how this shark's adaptations help it to live here. Those slits on the side of his head are for gills that can take oxygen out of the water. That's how a shark breathes. See that long, smooth body? That helps the shark swim very fast. And of course, a shark has rows and rows of sharp teeth to eat lots of fish. The ocean and the shark are perfect for each other. Right, Blinks? Maybe the ocean isn't for you, but there are lots of other habitats. Mountains, deserts, freshwater lakes and rivers, and of course, my favorite habitat, home. I guess that's your favorite habitat too.
What did you think? Did you like seeing all those different habitats from around the world?
Yes!
I sure did. And it was so cool to see all the ways animals adapt to fit where they live. If you could be any animal, what would you be? And where would you want to live? I think I'd like to be a fish and live under the sea. Why? Because I love to swim. But I'm also happy right where I live already, in my community. My community is an awesome place to be. Yay, community! You can try and guess what community helper we're going to learn about tomorrow. But to find out, you'll have to come back here. I picked out some math games and other activities for you to continue the fun. You can do them as soon as we're done learning in the classroom. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care.
ABCmouse.com